Hey guys, how's it going? This is Seth returning with another video series here. This one is a part 2 of a multiple part series that I did in February of 2017, going back to Pittsburgh for my grandmother's birthday. You're joining this video starting in about the center of Catoctin Mountain Park, and this then continues on Maryland 77 West, turning into Maryland 64 West, and then Maryland 66, going to I-70 between Frederick and Hagerstown, Maryland. Typically I go this way when I'm trying to avoid the turnpike. I just think it's a really relaxing ride. And again, this was shot in wintertime, as you can see the snow on the ground, obviously. I just really believe that this way is really relaxing. It's a lot less construction for one thing. It is a little further than going turnpike, but I just really enjoy this way. And again, this being wintertime when I recorded this, and snow had just fallen the day previous, I just thought it was really, really neat that day, and I was happy to be able to record it right when I did. Let me know what you guys think of these voiceovers before these, sped up parts, just to kind of introduce the video and let you know what's going to happen. Thank you guys for watching. As always, hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and let me know what you think in the comments. Take care, everybody, and have a great day.
See, this is what I love about Maryland. I've got the cruise control pegged at 70. The speed limit is 70, and that guy just literally blew right past me. I'm not even. I think I was standing still. I love it. Either we had regular phones or we had like non-LTE. I think we had regular phones, but we had smartphones at the time. Or no, I think actually what we had, I think I might have had, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But I think they may have been 3G phones, but whatever. Anyway, he got that LTE phone. We came through Hagerstown, and his phone was the only phone that actually remained on Verizon's network coming through here. Once upon a time, Verizon had no standard coverage through here. Whether it's changed or not, I don't know, because we have AT&T now, but it changed. Our phones changed, and they roamed onto U.S. Cellular's network, which was funny. But his phone, because it was LTE, it maintained Verizon. It was the funniest thing. And it was just that little piece through Hagerstown. But once we got into Pennsylvania, it went back to Verizon. It was just the funniest thing. And I don't know why I just thought of that, but alas, it was still pretty funny. So apparently my batteries died. So I'm hoping that now I can actually keep going here. Now I only hope the other batteries will charge up. Which actually works out, but you know, and of course the place I pulled off had a crazy drop off. here, I don't know how I missed it the last time. Because this up here is Sidley Hill Mountain. I don't know how I missed it the last time. Man, I wish I had a camera out the right now.
So since I forgot to mention it during the video, I'll mention it now. By this point, you can see that I'm in Western Maryland. I'm actually almost to Grantsville, Maryland. And again, this being shot in wintertime, you know, all the roads, salt all over the roads and everything. 70 was pretty heavily coated in it, so what I ended up having to do in Maryland here, as you see, I ended up getting off of 70 in, like I said, this is the exit for 219 north to Myersdale. But there's a pilot up to the right that you'll see that I'm going to turn to here in a minute. And that actually was the pilot that I stopped at the first time I come out this way when I was in my old car. The video that I wasn't able to share that I mentioned, I think, in a previous one of these that I talked about. This is the same pilot that I stopped at because, one, I knew where it was at, and two, it was time that I needed to clean my window because it seemed at this point that I was just about out of windshield washer fluid because I can't keep my window clean. And at this point, it was in the teens. It was probably, I want to say, like 13 or 14 degrees. It was pretty cold. And either what I had wasn't rated to that low, or I was just that low on fluid that it wasn't doing anything. So I desperately needed to stop, and it worked out because I needed to, you know, get out and stretch, and I wanted to get gas anyway, so it kind of all worked itself out. So basically, this was, you know, this is, like I said, just was a stop on the way. I didn't really want to stop, but I kind of had no choice. So I will let myself take back over here, and we'll continue on.
So, sit rep. My window is now clear. I tried to use the cleaner at the pump, but it was frozen, so that was fun. Found my sunglasses. That's always a good thing. So now, let's get trucking because we're eating time here as I sit here. I think my windshield washer bottle was like sucking on nothing because there was I literally put, now granted I spilled some because I was having a really hard time. They put the bottle in the most asinine place, and then it's 13 degrees outside, so my hands are freezing, so I'm basically not able to hold it right. So I basically, between what I actually probably used and what I spilled there while I was trying to fill it, basically used a whole jug of windshield washer fluid. I mean, it may have been low. It may have been that low. I don't think I wasted a whole lot. I was trying not to anyway. It's like $3 for a bottle. Whatever it is, you know, I don't know what size it actually is, but... see in more ways than one. Let's change jackets because I was tired of that heavy jacket. So now we're ready to rock and roll. Last time I stopped in there was not as fun. Now see, the last time I come out here I didn't stop there. I waited till I got to the Kroger and Morgantown because they had gas cheap, and I was planning to get gas in Ohio, but honestly it was $2.65 there, which is the same I would have spent, well, pardon me, $2.66 with my discount. was $266 for premium, and I would have spent that at Sam's Club to get premium at home. So, I mean, I could have maybe got it for $240 in Ohio, but it's just better off to know it's full. I don't got to worry about it. You know, it's not a big deal. So, and I was there. I was gonna eat lunch, but I just decided not to. I need to make up time. I'm eating minutes away here bad. I'm thinking that whatever I had in there was not rated that cold, because it was freezing on the window, as you guys saw. And there was a few moments there I could hardly see. So I'm glad that's sorted. I'm glad I found my sunglasses. I knew they were probably on the seat, which is where exactly they were. They were just buried under stuff and I couldn't look at it, you know, trying to figure out where it was at. So there's that. And the plus thing is that these got the feeling has to sit and not be used, so hopefully I won't end up having those batteries charged. The next time I stop, I can change them over real quick. I just hope they are triple charging. I had a feeling trying to clean my window there was going to be a moot point, because I had a feeling it was going to be frozen, and it was. It was just goop, basically. I'm like, yep, that's not going to work.
Okay, so since my front camera died, and I kind of forgot about this actually, so my front camera died. That's why you're not seeing my face right now. Anyway, for those that watched the previous video that I did, where I came down through Morgantown, you'll notice this looks very familiar, and that's because I got off at the same exit. Because it just so happened also at the same exit as the Kroger was a Long John Silver's that I ended up stopping at for lunch. And I wasn't planning to stop, but I did, and I really shouldn't have because I was like, that made my time even worse. But anyway, things you learn after the fact. But anyway, so at this point, you'll notice that I'm going toward Morgantown proper, which I ended up going through later, you'll notice. That'll be in the next video. But this basically is just the lead up to, the end of this part, pardon me, I can't talk. And I would have stopped for gas, but I think I even checked the Kroger prices for gas because, I stopped there a time before and it was the cheapest, but I think they were actually higher than the Pilot when I stopped the Pilot. So I basically just ended up getting gas at Pilot, like I mentioned in the previous clip where I did the voiceover, and that was how I kind of handled that. So this is going to basically end this portion. I'll let the audio play out unless I end up talking to the end, but basically this is the end of this portion. In the next portion, you'll see it pick up, pretty much the same place where I just left Long John Silver's in Morgantown, and then we'll continue on toward the next part, which I'll explain further in the next video. But yeah, so long from Morgantown, at least in this video. Of course, I'm home right now, obviously, recording this. So long from this portion, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Please let me know if you like it. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care and have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.